Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. Really excited for today's video. The beer's courtesy of Chris. Thanks so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. So it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate, drink something out of the norm, and this is definitely that. So it's a Hightower. Through My Lens, which is a series they do of different sour beers, and this is peanut butter and jelly. So yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a peanut butter and jelly sour before, so it seemed appropriate to do on a Tuesday. It's 4% ABV, and they're just calling it, like I said, a fruited sour. Well, I guess more specifically with grape and peanut butter. Yeah, I mean, I've had like peanut butter and jelly stouts. That might be the only style I've ever had like that kind of a, motif going. Just realized I just clipped my nails, which was silly to do before this. And I actually have had a grape sour from them, and if I remember, actually there might have been two. Might have been one that was 4% and like a imperialized version. I've had at least one, and if I remember correctly, like I really liked it because you don't. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say you. I don't get a lot of grape sours or like see a lot of grape sours. I love fruited sour. Like if I'm gonna have a fruited ale, I like it to, or I'm sorry, I have a sour ale. I like to have fruit in it, and I don't know. I just don't see a lot of grape ones out there. And actually, last night I was visiting a neighbor, and he had it was just a sour ale, and it was really interesting to drink that. So actually, one of the reasons I chose this one for today, because I don't remember last time I had a sour that didn't have fruit in it. So it's kind of interesting to see the quote unquote base of a sour beer. Anyway, I tricked myself into, I think this happened last time, where I thought it'd be more purple, like, I don't know, Kool-Aid or whatever. But like, it does make sense that if you were to, have a bunch of, grapes smashed up, and put them into a watery liquid, it would look like this. It's like there's some orange and redness with the purple. It's like all within there. Not much head at all. More legs than I thought there'd be for 4%, and then some lacing sticking around. It's pretty cool looking. Let's get into the aroma. Wow, you get that peanut butter. It's interesting. Wow. Yeah, there's like an unmistakable sweet nuttiness to it. You do get a little bit, for me right now, I'm just going to say like fruitiness. I wouldn't even be able to, I don't think, over the peanut butter, specifically say grape, but there is like a fruitiness. But here's the thing that really took me aback. I think I even said like, whoa. I think being 4%, and I said this before, a little easier to like smell fermentation, a little bit easier for me to smell things like malt. You do get a little bit of like this doughy malt thing. So holistically, it does kind of smell like they're intending like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Actually, let me get even more specific and more accurate. It's more like, instead of peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it's saltine crackers. So like saltine cracker, a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of jelly. It's really more of the saltine cracker maltness. Funny that I mentioned the like grape Kool-Aid. I am now starting to get hints of grape specific aromas. And it is kind of, and again, maybe it's just because I said it, and so it's where my mind's at, but it kind of is reminding me of like grape Kool-Aid. But it's the nuttiness, it's the peanut butter nuttiness, and it's the saltine cracker. Those two things together is like 80% of what I'm smelling. But let's get into the taste. Cheers. Okay. Thanks again, Chris. Slow it down. There's no rush. Well, there's the sourness finally, because you didn't get. If anything, I had hinted sweetness in the aroma. So this is one of those beers where the aroma, especially like with peanut butter, I can think of some other things, but peanut butter, sometimes you get it more in the aroma than the taste. I guess vice versa could happen. I do get peanut butter on the taste, don't get me wrong. but it's not as much at all as what I thought it would be based on the aroma. That saltine cracker maltiness, I'm so glad I pulled that, because if I had stuck with the bread part, at some point I would have been really mad at myself. And if I happen off camera, like really mad at myself that I didn't pull a saltine cracker. The taste, very much that as well. And then you do get just very much grape juice. So it's as advertised. The sourness, I think for me, the grape juice is enough that I actually enjoy the sour. Going back to the one I had last night, I didn't really like it. And the guy, he told me ahead of time, he goes, I don't really like it either. And he goes, I think I agree with you that, like, I like fruit and sour beer, or sour beers. And I said, no, I'll still try it, man. Because he's like, you don't have to drink it, if you don't like it, whatever. I said, no, I'll try it and I'll drink it. Don't worry. And this is reaffirming, both of these experiences are reaffirming, like, yeah, I like it with fruit. And I like the amount of fruit juice, or however they did the grape in this. There is enough sweetness to help a little bit with the sour. And then the flavors, it just really helps with that sour flavor, Not that the one last night was like bile or anything, but like this is just way more my speed. And yeah, that peanut butter, it's so interesting to me because I keep flip-flopping. Is it generic nuttiness or is it peanut butter specifically? Because I keep getting both. It's interesting. I like that aspect of it, but I don't love that aspect of it. This beer with just the grapes, for me. The peanut butter is interesting. It's adding another layer. It's adding the depth of another thing. Sure. It's invoking memories of taking a saltine cracker, putting the peanut butter and the grape or whatever kind of jelly on top. It's like, I appreciate all that stuff, but from a what's in the can, what's it drinking like experience, I don't think the peanut butter is adding anything. I think it is detracting, but I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but with just a grape, that'd be real. On a hot day, bunch of these, 4%. A little bit of the flavor from the sour with that grape juice all day, literally. But thanks for letting me try it, Chris. This was like, and I'm glad I did do this on a Tuesday because it is holistically from my world and my point of view from what I've been consuming lately, and in having had just a great version of this, really was in a cool way challenging my palate, which is the point of what I'm trying to do on these Tuesday reviews. So really cool. Worked out very well for a few different reasons. Let's wrap this up. So thanks again, Chris. I really appreciate it. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you ever had a peanut butter and jelly, anything kind of beer, let alone a sour? Let me know in the comment section below. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.